Check in with Edmund Heaphy. Edmund, European stocks under a bit of pressure. What do you have for us?
Yes, Brian, stocks are markedly lower here in Europe since the open. The Pan-European Stock 600 index is down around 1.4% as we speak. The worsening COVID-19 situation in the US very much seems to be panicking markets. Anthony Fauci calling it a disturbing surge was a reminder that the pandemic is far from over. But we've also seen some spikes in Europe, particularly in Germany. A state there has now been forced to impose a second lockdown after a massive outbreak at a meat factory. On top of that, then, this morning's news that the US is considering new tariffs on $3.1 billion worth of exports from France, Germany, Spain, and the UK is not helping stocks here in Europe at all.
And talk about mixed insights into the global economy. I mean, we had pretty upbeat or decent data out of France and Germany, but the ECB is out with a new warning.
Yes, Brian, we got two very, very positive results from closely watched indicators of business confidence in both France and Germany, two big economies here in Europe. Both results came in above expectations. Both were record jumps, but of course, firms are still less optimistic than they were prior to the pandemic. But as you said, we got then a timely warning from ECB chief economist Philip Lane, essentially cautioning against too much optimism. Lane said that a substantial improvement in indicators like the ones released today was normal given how bad the contraction was. He said that near-term indicators were not a good guide, noting that economic activity would remain below pre-crisis levels for an extended period.
All right, so Philip Lane playing wet blanket to this red-hot market rally. But Edmund, tell me about, we're seeing some reports about a potential EU travel ban. What do you know?
Yes, Brian, we won't have finalized details on this travel ban until early next week, at least it looks like. But what we know from a report in the New York Times is that EU countries are working on two potential lists of acceptable visitors when the bloc reopens its borders on July 1st. And the US appears to be on neither list, meaning that travelers from the US would continue to be banned from coming to Europe. That, as the New York Times describes it, would be a stinging blow to the US. Both lists of acceptable travelers include China, as well as a whole host of developing nations.
All right, Edmund Heaphy, thanks so much.